We've been here before, fighting the problems that fight back. But we can shift the status quo, because we see opportunities where others see obstacles. We're change makers and problem solvers, uniting over 1 million minds to address complex issues facing communities around the world, including yours. With passion and purpose, we've led the efforts to put an end to polio. Now eradication isn't just possible, it's plausible. Every day we're investing in a new generation of leaders so we can continue to provide access to clean water, tackle global health concerns, support education, and build the foundations of peace across borders. We're working together as partners and professionals while making friendships that last a lifetime. We're Rotary, and there's no limit to what we can do.
Welcome to the Rotary Club meeting of January 20th, 2021. It's my pleasure to introduce our president, Diva Alfaro.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Good afternoon. My name is Diva Alfaro, and one thing I'd just like to say is this. Thank you for everybody that steps up every single day to help those in need, that help those that you might not think are in need, that look for more out there to do service. Today's quite a different day, but every day is a different day. So I just would like you to, one thing I said earlier was we have to control what we can control, right? We shouldn't be worried about things that we cannot control. So why worry when life is so beautiful and there's so many things out there that we just need to give grace and be thankful for. So I'd like to ask Steve Scott to lead us with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay, please join me in honoring the flag of our country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Steve. I'd like Casey to lead us with the invocation.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we acknowledge that you are the God of new beginnings. You are the creator, the sustainer, and the giver of life, and we celebrate today a new beginning in our nation for a new opportunity to understand leadership in your way in your day. So Lord, may we acknowledge and Lord, come on to understand how it is that you can do a new thing and before our eyes, and may we be open and willing to hear and to see what is yet to come. Keep us curious, keep us open, and keep us willing to learn and grow. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you very much, Casey. Next, I'd like for all of us to introduce ourselves. I'll go ahead and start. My name is Diva Alfaro. I am the Rotary President. I've been in Rotary for now 3 years. I'm also a licensed mortgage specialist, and I help my community, and I'm licensed nationwide. So I'll go ahead and pass it to Craig. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I'm Craig Jung. I'm a dentist in San Dimas. I am past president like 2 years ago, and then I'm the current secretary, and I've been part of the club for 6 years, I believe.
How many kids do you have, Craig?
And now I have 2 kids now.
Congratulations.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next, I'll pass it to Steve.
Thank you, Diva. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Steve Scott. I am a 3-time past president of the club, current treasurer, been a member of the club for about 11 years now, and I am a State Farm agent in San Dimas.
Thank you, Steve. Go ahead and pass it to Casey.
Love that. I'm the 3-time past president, Steve. You're just right up there with the Lakers and the other icons of the world that can three-peat.
Anxiously awaiting my banner, Casey.
You know what? I'm going to find one for you. Craig, can we order a banner for Steve? My name's Casey, and I am also a past president. We gather presidents in this room, and we do great things by transferring power, just like today. Overall, I am a health coach, leadership generator. I come alongside people and help them see the best they can be and help them find their purpose. So Rotary is a great place to serve and impact the world, and I'm glad I'm here.
Thank you, Casey. Next, our newest member, Derek.
All right, I'm a member. Thank you, everyone, by the way. My name is Derek Baffanu. I'm a teacher and school board member, and just really happy to be involved with a group of people that help our community. So glad to be here and nice to see everyone.
Thank you, Derek. And I just saw Michael Wallace join us. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm Mike Wallace. I am the president of Better Home Financial mortgage brokerage here in San Dimas. I've been with Rotary probably about 6 years, and I'm a past president as well, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, Mike. Now, Raymond Foster.
Hi, Raymond Foster, past president and president-elect. I'm still waiting for that transfer of power. Casey talked about it. I didn't get any power last time. Don't anticipate getting any this time. Currently the public image chair, so I am the face of Rotary.
See, you're the face. That means you do have all the power. Okay, well, now I have the pleasure of introducing our guest, Hayden Lenin. He was born in downtown Los Angeles, raised in the citrus belt of Glendora, Monrovia, and Claremont, when it used to be the Groves. He enlisted to the Air Force for 4 years as an electronic technician in SAC. After his service, he attended college and school for 8 years. He has been active in the St. Vincent de Paul Conference at Holy Name of Mary Church in San Dimas since 1997. He has a wife, 3 children, 4 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren. So you are a busy person, sir. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce Hayden Lenin.
A pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. So go ahead, Hayden. We'd like you to tell us a little bit about what you do. And
well, it's time for my push now?
Yes, now it's your turn.
Okay. I'm a member of a charity group associated with the Catholic Church called St. Vincent de Paul. And pardon me, under ordinary circumstances, what we do is to interview people, try to figure out what some of their basic needs are, and try to figure out some of the things that we can do either directly or direct them to somebody who can, to help their life be a little better. We do have a food pantry. Thanks be to God, it's still open. And pardon me, we, in addition to the people that have housing, we serve a lot of homeless people. Some of them are homeless consistently in this area, and many are wanderers who wind up at our door from time to time. We started out as a very small group, but over time, because we have a very giving and committed parish, we've had more members grow. Right now, with the virus, we've had to curtail operations to the extent that we do interviews over the phone. We do still give plenty of food to people who have housing and the homeless, and we try to give some extra things in terms of cards and that sort of thing to help along the way. We have a a fairly significant list of referrals to primarily government programs that can help people who are in need, because we have limited resources and we are a short-term help organization. But we have seen some successes over the year with people who have, in fact, pulled themselves up and through a lot of hard work and prayer, I'm sure they've made a better life for themselves and their family. I think that's probably about all. We're privately funded, as I believe I said, and fortunately we have a parish that is very generous to us, and so we're able to help not just with food, but with utilities and in some cases with rent. And especially in these times, of course, that's a very important thing. Pardon me. We also try, as I've said, to delve into a little more of the total picture. When people come to us, they're focused on some one thing that is very important to them at the moment. For instance, an electric bill. So we try to put their minds at ease about that, but also to ask them the questions like, what about your water bill and what about your trash bill? Because those things will be coming up soon. So what we try to make it a little more all-encompassing rather than just some satisfying some immediate thing that they have that's pressing them. I think that's pretty much about all I need to say about the organization. Oh, the other thing too is that we explain to people that the information they give us is absolutely private, and we do not share it with anyone, not even our downtown council, because we know how important it is for people, especially people who are needy, to feel comfortable with us and to feel that they won't walk away with a stigma that, and pardon me, would make other people look down on them, because we certainly don't. We, excuse me, our namesake, St. Vincent de Paul, who lived several hundred years ago, was a man of enormous faith and a person who could instill that in many other people, including in his case, because he was in France, he instilled a need to help in the, pardon me, the hierarchy, not of the church, the royalty and all of their minions. And that was a surprising thing in the time, but it led to being able to help more and more people. And then about 180 years ago, a young man, pardon me, Frederick Ozanam, who was a student at the Sorbonne in Paris, gathered about 5 or 6 of his friends and created this little group. He went out into the community and they got day-old bread from bakers, and they picked up coal on the streets, and we took it to all sorts of needy people in Paris. And at that time, there were just desolately poor hundreds, if not thousands of people. And they tried to do their bit to help their lives be a little better. He only lived to be 40 years old, but this group, St. Vincent de Paul, that he formed is now an international group worldwide. And we try to carry on his his ideals and carry on the spirituality of the original St. Vincent de Paul. I believe that's really all I need to tell you about the organization, but if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you, Hayden. That was a great presentation, and I didn't know that about the organization. So now we're opening it up for questions. Anybody has any questions?
Diva, this is Raymond. How do people contact you?
We have, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. We have a phone line. You call the church. It's area code 909-599-1243, and it's extension 138. If somebody's on duty at the time, they can pick up. Otherwise, you leave a message and we'll get back with you. We currently we work about 4 hours from 10 to 2, and pardon me. But whatever time you want to leave a message, we can still return the call. And we are there 5 days a week, Monday through Friday now. So that's the easiest way. You can walk up during our business hours, and we will try to assist you there. But we encourage people to call first, because then we can be a little more prepared to help.
Hayden, can you repeat the number one more time? I'm going to go ahead and put it in our chat.
That'd be great. Yeah, it's, pardon me, area code 909, which, by the way, starting this Sunday, you have to put a 1 and 909 in front, even if you have a 909 area.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Anyway, it's 909, pardon me, 599-1243, and then extension 13. You'll get a prompt from the secretary, and you immediately punch in 138.
Okay, perfect. I'll go ahead and do that. Now, what is it? I know that I've seen that you also host do you host the winter mission, or is that something, or the winter shelter, or is that separate?
Pardon me. We have done up to 18 days at the winter shelter for several years now, especially because at our church, the hall is large enough that it can accommodate about 180 men and about another 30 women. But that has not happened this year because of the virus. So ordinarily we do help out. And although it's the entire parish joins in, we are an integral part of that.
Hayden, this is Raymond again. What are some of the needs you think the community could fill? What could we do to help you?
The best thing you can do, really, right now, we're financially stable, pardon me, and our parishioners periodically run food drives to help us with that end of it. The best thing to do is to let people know, by the way, we help everyone regardless of their faith or lack thereof. You don't have to be a Catholic in order to come see us. And that may be a misconception on many people's parts. But we help, we try to assist where we can people in the San Dimas, Laverne, North Pomona, Covina, and regular Pomona areas. So the best thing to do is to call, to have them understand that if they're needy, we might be able to help them, and give them the number to call. If they don't have a phone, then they'll have to come Monday through Friday between 10 and 2, walk up as you, pardon me, for folks that don't know, we have an office at Holy Name of Mary Church. That's at the corner of San Dimas Canyon Road and Bonita. So if you go just east of the church, there's an entrance to the north parking lot, And as you enter the north parking lot during our business hours, if you look to the right, you'll see our sign, and we're right there in the corner office. We've been removed. We've been planned to put there because it's farthest away from the school and the church.
What are the difficulties you've seen since the pandemic or challenges you've had?
Pardon me. I think the biggest difficulties, at least in my time, first of all, was to get some more members. And now we're in pretty solid shape there. Even with the virus, the problem is in these virus times, most of our active members are retired. That's why they can afford to join this group and be an integral part of it. And of course, they're in a very tough group in terms of catching this virus. So we have a group of about, or had a group of about 35 or so that were willing to work during these times, but at least 2 or 3 of them over time have been exposed to the virus, and they were taken out of the loop for at least a couple of weeks, if not longer. So keeping people there now is definitely a problem. And you know, things come up beside, even if you know, I have a schedule that I make out in advance, so people know when they're supposed to be on duty, and I try to set it up so that they are only there at a minimum of once a week, maybe every 2 weeks, so that they minimize their chance of exposure. But things come up, so I pretty consistently have my own problem of finding substitutes for the people who can't make it. In terms of long-term, like I said, we always can use more volunteers and help. In the past years, we have had a holiday basket program supplying baskets of food and turkeys or hams for needy people at Thanksgiving and at Christmas. At Christmas, we also include toys for the kids. That's a project that has grown. And when we get to a point where we can, when we're out of this lockdown and can do that again, we can always use extra help in that area. Sorting the food as it first comes in, and preparing the boxes, and making the distribution either to people who come by to get it or to their homes. Let's see, what else? I encountered just yesterday a little obstacle, but you probably will all appreciate it. A client called in and they needed help with a utility bill. And I called the gas company to verify that I knew what it was we were, how much we had to pay. The reason I had to do this is because many times people will give us an old bill because they're behind. So I called to get the information and make a pledge, but the gas company has a new policy. Because I'm not the actual person that gets the service, they cannot give me any information. So I'm trying to make a pledge, but I'm doing it blind because they can't tell me what the amount is. Those sorts of things happen all the time. Sometimes when we have decided to help somebody with the rent, we have to get hold of the landlord. And sometimes that's very difficult for a group of reasons. But, you know, these are just obstacles to overcome because our mission is to try and help these people in any way we can.
Thank you very much. Any other questions? And I want to thank you so much for what you do. You mentioned volunteer work. One thing I would like to know is right now I know that like my daughter's in high school and she has to do community service hours. Do you allow for students to help out?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
All you have to do is call us. What happened? Call the hotline and explain that you want to volunteer, that you need service hours. We have a couple of people, a couple of students that are helping us right now.
That's good to know.
Pardon me. This is an ideal time for people who need service hours because they have more time on their hands because they're not in class all the time. Just call the hotline and tell and explain that you want to serve, and they will give me the information, and I'll contact them and set them up as in times that are convenient for them. Our biggest needs are during this week from the weekdays from 10 to 2 in sorting food and getting things prepared. But we do have some weekend work as well.
I'd like to, I'll message you or send you an email and see what your schedule is like and coordinate because I'd like to come and help out and sort and whatever you can use me for.
You can either call the hotline or you can call my number.
Okay, perfect. Thank you again.
Number?
I think I do have it. I do have your email as well, so I'll message you.
Great. The only thing I have to advise you of is don't text me because I'm one of those archaic people who don't have a cell phone.
Okay.
It's a landline.
Okay. I'll definitely send you a message. So I'll email you. Thank you so much, Hayden. So now we'll go ahead and go to the next, the Fast Craft Talk.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Hayden. Thank you so much. This is a great opportunity to hear what you guys do and for the community. And I actually know many people that were helped by you and people that you would have never thought needed assistance. And it's great to have organizations out there to help everybody.
These are tough times, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So we're going to go to Fine Master next. No Fast Craft Talk.
Sounds good. Well, we have lots of things to say that it's fine, it's not fine. In fact, we got a new member out of our fines last time. Welcome, Derek. We're going to kick it off to you. Anybody you want to fine for calling you out into membership. So I'm fine, you're fine, it's even not fine, but fine yourself to speak.
Okay, so I will pitch in $10 for just saying I'm fine, for just you guys encouraging me to make it official and becoming part of the group. So thank you for that. And I am fine because of the support you guys have given. So thank you.
Nobody else? Nobody wants to find themselves?
I'll go. So I'm going to find myself $10 because the food drive was a success this past weekend. Perhaps that's something that we could do again. I think it was very successful and something we could build off of. Yeah, my fine for $10 is actually because I was supposed to go help load with Raymond to help load the food yesterday, and I got tied up at work and I couldn't get away. So I am fining myself $10 for not being able to show up when I said I would be there.
Sorry for having a bad connection the moment we started the fines, but I'm back. I will find myself $5 for getting credit for showing up to unload and load the food yesterday, but really not doing very much of the work. So I get a $5 fine for being in a picture and making it look like I did more work than I did. The second fine, I'll tack that on and probably toss another $5 in there, is to give a shout out to, if anybody's interested in joining Derek and I at a board meeting for the Education Foundation next Thursday night. We're looking at the potential of virtual reality and education, how that might impact wellness, how that can impact distant learning. And so the email hasn't gone out yet, but I thought I'd throw that out. If you're interested in learning more about VR and how it impacts education, we're going to have a presentation next Thursday night for the Education Foundation meeting. Anybody else want to find themselves or somebody else? All right. Sounds like we're wrapped up. Diva, back to you.
Thank you, Casey. So next, Action 360.
Couple of things to report on the food drive. We did raise over 2 tons of food. I want to thank the volunteers who were present. Derek Bahamano, Greg Pilato, Barry Letzler, Ryan Vienna, Robert Scharf, Marianne Kistler, Mike Wallace, Matthew Delaney, Peyton Russell, Zach Foster, Diva Alfaro Jr. too, Glenn Johnson, Casey Cox, and we also raised $220 for the Spouse Salvation Army, which we'll get over to Steve so he can cut them a check. And lastly, I think the most important thing we may have done is as we unloaded the food, we got there and there were 4 young people, probably 17, 18 years old, playing basketball, who were waiting for us to help us unload the truck. And as we began to unload it, I said to Barry Letzler, let's form a daisy chain to get this stuff off. To which the 3 of the young people just looked at us like, what the hell are you talking about? And so we demonstrated to them a daisy chain, and they immediately got to work, and it worked just fine. So we may have passed on crucial knowledge to the future on how to unload stuff that they would have otherwise not been exposed to. So I thought that was the best part. Are there any questions about the food drive? It was a smashing success.
I'd like to do it again, Raymond. And I'd like to do it, maybe we can involve St. Vincent de Paul.
Sure. Why don't you talk to him and find out, you know, and we'll plan it. Sure. At some time in the future. We can do it in their parking lot.
There you go. They're a big one too.
Okay. So we have the next thing we have up is the teacher mini grants. That presentation will be, as you know, we're giving out 6 grants, right? That's right. Totally $2,800. And that's going out on the 29th. We'll have a special Rotary meeting. It will start at 6 p.m. Casey will be our master of ceremonies. We already have a number of dignitaries who have RSVP. We'll have 2 city council people, a city manager, 2 board members from the school district, and 2 of the school district principals, and 4 of the grant recipients. So it'll be a very good meeting. And then we've got their home addresses, and we'll mail in the checks right after we make the presentation. So any questions about the teacher mini grant project?
No questions.
No questions.
So we're good? Okay. So let's go ahead and move to the calendar.
You should see it there. We're going to have back in February Parker Emerson from Project Shelter Box. Craig has done very well. We have 2 dental projects going along with the theme for that month. Pardon me. And then we have crimesurvivors.org. They have confirmed for that. And then you have Volunteers of America coming in March. So we're looking to fill out March.
Okay, absolutely. I'll have, that is our, is that the Domestic Violence Month?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So I have House of Rose that I've been trying to get a hold of. So, okay, perfect. I'll make sure I get that filled. Alrighty, so next, the 4-week test.
Of the things we think, say, or do.
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship?
And that is your four-way test moment for January 20th.
That was amazing. That was awesome. Like the different spin over it, but that was really amazing. Thank you. So we're actually have a lot of time left over. Anybody have anything to bring up? Nope. Nothing else? Okay, well.
Does anybody have anything else to do today?
We all do. We all gotta go back to work. No, thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you everybody that helped out over the weekend. Again, it's nice to see how many people came out and helped in the community to bring food for those that are, less fortunate. I didn't catch the lady's name that said this, but there was a woman that came in with the gentleman and dropped off some food, and Peyton that was there from Surf Pro that was helping out thanked them for dropping off the bag as she, grabbed the bag from the woman, and she said, it's never enough. And that's so true. As much as we tried, it's never enough, but as long as you keep trying, keep helping, one day that person that received help will then turn around and help somebody else, and the chain will keep going. So then people are not left without. So again, I want to thank everybody for joining us today, and just make it a great day. Be safe, be blessed out there. Bless somebody else. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Say goodnight, Grace.